Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's everybody out there doing tonight? Thank you for joining me. Sorry, no intro. I am not paying for the $90 a month subscription to StreamYard just so I can add an intro video. So if anybody knows of a good, a decent uh, streaming service that doesn't cost you $100 a month to stream your stuff, let me know. Coming back into it like this, I'm just not willing to pay the money they want for it. Let's see who all's here tonight. We've got Tommy Tone from Toontown is in the house. We got Mona Engler, Lisa Robinson. Let's see, Scooters Anti-Cult Report, Canada. All right, make sure we're not missing anybody else. Lisa Robinson's up in the house. Our dear friend Fat Grammy, Mona is up in the house. How we doing, darling? Everybody make sure you say hello and thank you to Laura Waldy and to the mods that are in tonight. They do this. They're friends of the channel. They're friends of mine. They're good people, and they just want to make sure we put on, the best possible content that we can. We don't want, keeps things from getting a little out of control there. Oh, look, our friend Selena is back in the house. How you doing, Selena? Thank you for joining us again. All right, let me make sure we're not missing anybody else before we get too far into this. Grand Theft Hoopty's here. Doesn't matter to you, not to me, is up in here. Our good friend Dave from Gotta Love Thailand. Dave, what time is your live stream going to be going live? I just saw the notice on that. So thank you for being here. Low A1C. Shamwowski is up in the house. Apostate. Alex, oh my gosh. Yes, sir. It has been a hot minute, but life takes control. You know how it is. Canadian girl, how you doing? Let's see. Carrie, FYI, how you doing? Andrea Malloy, how are you tonight? Hermie, let's see, in 1 hour. Okay. All right, brother. And we'll try to do the same as we always do and get everybody come over and crash your live stream, give you some numbers there. Sharon, Queen Cheeky, how you doing? Make sure Rib Guy. There, thank you. Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute, isn't your other okay? Let's see, someone had made yes, $90 a month, $89.99 a month to use their streaming service. And I don't know if I'm coming back doing this weekly or not. I'd love to. We're going to have to see how the numbers go. Alex Moore, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. So just catch up. Kathy Burkhart, I'm sorry, I missed you when I was scrolling through. How are you tonight? Catch up. It's been another busy week at work where we have a lot of things going on. The facility that I work at is neither a manufacturing facility nor is it it's a unique facility. It's a test facility, so we get a lot of special events. We get a lot of corporate bigwigs come in, so we're constantly going, and we find out. Let's see here. They just had a special for $18 a month if you pay yearly StreamYard. Oh, okay. I have to take a look at that. Alex Moore, how are you doing? So we get a lot of the big corporate bigwigs coming in, and let me tell you something. You would think that these big corporate people would be obnoxious and all that. And they are some of the nicest people. It's the folks that you see on that are wanting to be higher up in the company. They're the ones that are generally the ones with more attitude. But for the most part, the executive VPs, the CEO, all that, amazing people, really nice. So it's been going really good. It's just we are constantly busy at work, and that's just that's just how it is, folks. It's you got to keep going, you got to keep rolling with it. I love my job. I think my job is amazing, and we are it's rolling along really well. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I'm actually looking at possibility of promotion. There are several job offers that they are coming at me with, and it's to stay with the same company, which should make me very happy because it's a very good company. And Carna Soul, how are you doing? Holly, how are you tonight? The biggest Ohio fan made it to a live. Phil, well, hello, Phil, also. How are you both doing tonight? Thank you for being up in here. So those are some of the things that are going on. It's just, how it is. It's family, work, and that's how it's been. Very happy, how should I say, content is the word I could say. There's a lot of the drama is gone now, and it feels great. Pippi Longstocking's up in the house. Danae McClure, how are you doing? Good to see you. And Mischief Managed, another one of my great mods, is here. Make sure you're saying howdy to the mods and thanking them. They do a great job and they really look out for the channel. Phil is okay. My apologies. You got to remember, I work anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week, so I try to keep on top of things. This is one of the days where I actually how I make up for the time is I'm going to be going in early tonight to make sure that I get everything on there. So let's talk about what's been going on around the world. And I think that having Dave here from Gotta Love Thailand is a real good one for that, because Dave actually lives in the area where a lot of this conflict's been going on. And what you have is there been a conflict over a little slice of land in Thailand that Cambodia claims is theirs. And there's been some crazy stuff that's been going on in the last few years where you have some of these countries that are going, hey, we found a 5,000-year-old map and it appears to show that where your country is, was actually ours. And the fact is that, you know, we're talking 5,000 years ago, things have changed and you don't even have any real proof that that's actually what it is. So you've had this conflict been going back and forth. Thailand closed its borders. You were able to fly in and out of Thailand if you were from Cambodia. There was no stoppage there. But where it got to be interesting was they closed all of the land gates. So you couldn't just cross out by land. And most people, unless you're a tourist, that's how they're getting back and forth. They're coming over from Cambodia. They're coming into Thailand to do work. And then once they have, you know, once they're finished for the day or the week or however long they're there for, then they turn around and they head back to Cambodia. Well, they closed those off and tension started rising. There was a lot going on. They started finding these landmines all along in this area where the dispute is over who holds land. And so that's been, that's an issue. There's been some soldiers have been severely injured. There have been some that have been unalived. But the conflict's been going back and forth. Cambodia started launching rockets, unguided rockets, into Thailand. And where this comes into play is our friend Dave from Gotta Love Thailand lives in the province where this is happening. And it's in the province of Surin, is on the eastern side of Thailand. It's northeast of Bangkok. Thank you, Danae. Thank you. Appreciate that. So they've been literally striking all these different areas in Thailand with these unguided rockets, and there have been several people who have been unalived because of it. Back and forth, they've been having conferences, they've been having all these different meetings trying to get things taken care of. You had Malaysia stepped in and said, hey, let's try to get this rolling, let's try to get things safer for other people. And then it all started back up again. And Thailand, this time, Cambodia doesn't have like an actual air force. Thailand does. They've got F-16s. They've got Swedish-made Gripen. I think they're called Gripen fighter jets. They've been going in and literally tearing the crap out of the Cambodian military. And that's good. Dave, he's safe. I've been watching his live streams, just haven't been able, because I've been at work, I haven't been able to really jump into the chat or anything. But Dave's doing good. He's safe where he's at, and in our thoughts and prayers. So that's one of the things that's going on in the world right now. And I don't know, Dave, has it calmed down any? I know that there's been an evacuation order. They've been waiting for people to be allowed to exit the country, go back into the province where they've been. So how does that stand? Just put it in the comment there, Dave, and let me know what's going on with that. We're going to have to get you on and do a live with you and get an update. Been good now. Excellent. And the United States got involved with it, and they had the talks, and apparently they've come to another agreement. We'll see how long this goes. And you got to remember, in Asia, there is a lot to do with something called saving face. So, there's got to be a way that they can end this conflict without it being, either side looking bad in it, so that they're not looking bad to their people and they look like they are a strong, independent government that is able to run things. So that's what's been going on. We'll have to get Dave in here, have to get him in for a live stream to talk more about it, get more in depth with it, and talk about what's been going on there, how it feels to be part of that. It's, I can tell you this, being in an area where, you have a known conflict going on, it is not a fun time. You are always walking on eggshells. You're seeing out the back of your head, 360-degree vision. You got, literally you're on a swivel. So I know how that feels. And God bless you, Dave, you and your family. I hope you all are safe, and I hope you all continue to be safe. So what's next? Our boy Johnny Somali just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper and deeper. If you've watched any of my previous lives, we've talked about Johnny Somali numerous times. And if you don't know who he is, his name is Ramzi Ishmael Khalid. And Ramzi Ishmael Khalid is a streamer, an IRL streamer in real life. And he has been subject of a lot of controversy simply for the fact that he's one of those streamers that likes to do the pranks and the stupid prat stuff. And he does the things that really get people super angry at him. And so here it is. He was in Israel. He got a bunch of trouble in Israel. He fled from Israel. He went to Japan. He was in Japan. He was arrested. He was deported from Japan. I can't remember the exact timeline. He was also in Thailand. He got assaulted in Thailand. Guy's been beat up so many times. He should just change his name to Punching Bag Somali. But he went to South Korea. And while he's in South Korea, he thought he was going to pull all the same stuff over there. They've got these statues throughout South Korea that are a tribute to what were called the comfort women. And they were women who were held to be companions for the Japanese soldiers in the occupation. And so these women, they've made these bronze statues of them. They have them in different places all over. Johnny Somali thought it would be a good idea not only to start stripping his clothes off while dancing a very provocative dance in front of one of the statues, but start pouring baby oil all over himself, P. Diddying himself while he's there. And he's pouring this stuff all over himself. He's making these very provocative dances in front of them, actually getting on top of the statues and everything. And just horrible stuff. Then he's on the subway. He's on one of the live stream services where you can actually pay to play sound clips. And he's wearing a speaker like right here, and big JBL speaker, big bold letters on it. And he's walking up and down in the subway, and he's yeah, Tommy, he's a India Delta 10 Tango, acronym for idiot. But here it is. He's doing these things. They're playing clips from adult content video with some very provocative sounds coming out. He's also going around and playing the North Korean national anthem, different things like that. And he's not only doubling down on things, he's tripling down on things. He is, he's going after other streamers and public, all these different things. And don't take my word on it, folks. As Selena says, Atozi has done quite a few updates on these things. Legal Mindset has done quite a bit. And Legal Mindset is following the actual legal side of it. Legal Mindset, of course, is a U.S. attorney who lives in Thailand. But they are, it's just been incredible what he's been doing. He has really given us a real bad name globally because, the things that he's doing, he's literally walking around carrying a North Korean flag. He's carrying a Chinese flag. He's acting like he's defecting into North Korea, which if he actually jumped the fence and ran into North Korea, you talk about landmines, you're going to find them there. It's the DMZ, demilitarized zone, is dangerous. And he's playing around, and it's all because he makes money off these things. The more daring things that he does, the more that people are paying him to do things. Now he's gotten to the point he's not supposed to be able to live stream, which he's finding several ways around that. He's facing a whole bunch of deep criminal charges, felony charges. Let's see. Awesome, Dave. Thank you. And Dave says, doing good there. Thanks for the concern. Absolutely. Dave's one of the friends of the channel. I consider him a friend of mine. He's a good person. Everybody say howdy to Nomstead, my Alaska life. How you doing? So he's facing some real jail time. But the problem with it is he really going to do actual jail time for these things, or is he going to be, another one of those that just slips through the cracks? There is a lot of national attention when you have the actual president or prime minister. I can't remember which they have in South Korea, but if you have the person who actually runs the country is talking about changing laws, you have members of the Congress, members of the Senate that are talking about changing laws because of you. That's how bad it is. And to give you an idea how bad these things are getting, I have friends that live in Japan, friends that live in other countries, and a lot of these nuisance streamers are going over and making complete a-holes out of themselves in these other countries. And it's getting to a point where they're literally, people are getting jumped on the street if they're out there live streaming or if they're taking YouTube videos, things like that. You know, all you got to do is show some respect. All right. Is it okay if I watch? Is it okay if I film here? Is it okay if I do this? Okay if I do that? You've got the area in Shinjuku that is, well, in Shibuya, that is called Hachiko Scramble. And if you ever seen in my channel, I have videos from that area. And what is really sad about it is this area it's infamous because there are so many videos out of there, literally thousands of people crossing the street at one time. So you got this group that came out of New York City, went over there, and they decided, number one, they're going to start doing it on the subways. They'll just break out with a speaker and start doing break dancing and street dancing and all that in the middle of the subway. They are going over in the middle of Hachiko Scrambles, which is what it's called. It's in Shibuya. It's the Shibuya crossing. And they're right in the middle of it. They're just going to start breakdancing, start holding people up. And then they're surprised that these folks who they're just trying to get from point A to point B for one reason or another, people who are working long, long hours don't want to stop and go, oh, you're so awesome. And they get angry about this. So we've got these streamers that are doing this stuff all over the world, and they're just giving everyone such a bad name. And they're all doing it for the profit, for the views. So let's see, Selena, the deep fake videos are going to be the thing that makes the most trouble for him. I keep hearing different things about it, and I just don't know. But one thing I would like to see is he actually, because I mean, had he literally been sincere in his apologies, I did this, I shouldn't have done this, I didn't understand it, I was stupid, I didn't take the time to learn your culture or what the importance of these things are, I'm sorry, and showed some real compassion about it instead of doubling down, making an apology video and saying, oh, I didn't know what they were all about, when he has video from Japan talking about he can't wait to get to South Korea and find these statues, video when he's in South Korea where he finally comes up to one of these statues and giving the history of them and all that. He just became, all honesty, all believability, it all just fell right out the window. The problem, so he's got that. Then he's got these deep fakes, and apparently in South Korea, it is a serious crime to use deep fake videos, especially some of them show him interacting with other people that never gave their consent to be part of anything with him. And they've made the police report saying, I did not give my consent to this. So he's, getting involved in this stuff, and he's making it look like he and this person are making out, stuff like that. It's just all getting so much deeper for him. Had he just simply showed some compassion, showed some honest regret for what he'd done, instead of doubling down, he probably would have gotten a slap on the hand, been allowed to leave South Korea, and told, don't come back. But no, he had to double down on it. Now he's looking at real jail time. Everybody say howdy to DOA as a fraud. How are you doing this evening? Thank you for being back. Let's see how some of these comments are here. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything in that. So if you folks got any questions at all, listening while stacking firewood, winters on. I know I was out today on one of our test tracks, and the leaves are already turning and starting to fall. I was just like, man, this summer went by so quick. It's been a brutal summer. I mean, we've had some hot times. Buttercup, how are you doing? Thank you for being back. Let's see here. So if you got any questions or comments, let's throw them out there. Anything you want to talk about, you just know I'm not going to be, I'm not going to talk about family other than how they're doing and things like that. I'm not going to talk about where my job is, because you know how some of the folks that are in this community are acting. They're doing everything they can to attack other people. You give them an inch, they're taking 3 miles. So I'm not playing that. Apparently, he is looking at between 5 and 12 years. He pled guilty to 6 charges. I saw that he had pled guilty to some of the charges. I'm just wondering how they're going to handle it. I mean, in a lot of things, in a lot of these situations, a lot of these countries, especially countries that are friends of ours or compatriots, allies, whatever you want to call it, they try to show some compassion. And, that's the sad thing about it is that some of these folks that are getting compassion, they don't deserve it. Holly's Cozy Corner, how are you doing? It's good seeing you back here. Make sure we're not missing anything. Let's see. Just making sure. He's actually lucky he's not stuck in their jail. And I've talked about that before. One of the reasons why he's not actually being held in jail between his court dates, which, if you'll remember, this has been going on I think it's getting close to a year now. All this has been going on. One of the reasons he's not being held in jail is, unless it is something where they think you are a serious threat to society, they pretty much put you out without a bond. They give you on your personal recognizance, OR, whatever you want to call it. They give you a personal bond, and you have to have a place to stay, all these different things. But the reason for it is they're not taking the liability for you hurting yourself or being hurt within their jails until you've actually been convicted of a crime, because their civil laws, which are laws for lawsuits, torts, whatever you want to call them, are different from ours. There are a lot of things where you can get in a lot more trouble in a civil case than you can here in the United States. So that's one reason they don't want to take the liability for it. Number two, why are they going to pay for you to feed and house you and all that when you're going to be miserable? They took his cell phones away. They told him he's not allowed to do any live streaming, and he's got to hold himself back. Oh, wow. Miss Sunrise, I brought my cousin Sharon, my daughter, and Holly in here. Excellent. Thank you, Miss Sunrise. And if you haven't gotten a chance, put your link up there, Miss Sunrise Dawn, so everybody knows about your channel and your little critter connection. Let's see. So I'm looking at any questions or anything. Holly, it's been a brutal summer. Yeah, too many 90-degree days early. Now so dry, not good roses season. I hear my roses are doing amazing. It's really weird. We have, where I work at, we use AccuWeather, which is one of the predominant weather forecasting systems out there. And we get it from our big corporate headquarters. They actually have a unit in there that what they do is they watch for weather, things like that. And they call up to each and every one of the individual facilities and say, hey, you got a lightning strike warning. You've got a strong thunderstorm warning. You've got high wind warnings. You've got a tornado warning, all these things. And so we stay pretty accurate on it. What's really, really crazy is you have these storms that are coming from the west that are coming through, and they are just brutal. They are dumping tons of rain, huge high winds, tornadoes like crazy. If you have never watched him, there's a channel that I watch called Max Velocity. And if somebody can get a link in there to him, I don't know the guy, don't know anything about him, but he does some great live streaming when the storms are coming in. So they have all these brutal storms that are, they're literally getting right up to Lake Michigan there in Chicago area. But by the time they get to Michigan, they completely fall apart. What we get is we've been having amazing rain. We've been having the heat's been brutal. Yeah. But we've been doing really good on other things. My roses are growing like weeds. Something else that's really strange is the number of strange weeds that I've never seen before. We have something called Virginia copperleafs that are starting to pop up in our yard. We get our yard treated, and they're like a mild poison ivy, apparently, but they're popping up everywhere, and they are just nasty. It's been a real struggle just trying to get them taken care of. Let's see here. From Gnome said, winter may be coming soon, but keep your pumpkin spice butts quiet till after September 22nd. And another thing, my allergies through the roof. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Vitali. I was trying to think of his name when I was talking earlier about Johnny Somali. Vitali is another one of those who started off, he had this really huge channel. He looked like he was doing really good. Then somehow started slipping down that slope. And you know how easily you can fall from grace in the live streaming world. And he's been over in the Philippines doing the same kind of stuff. He is in jail in the Philippines. Unlike Johnny Somali, he is actually being held in jail. What's really crazy is you look at Vitali in the videos leading up to when he was arrested, even the videos of them bringing him out, because one of the things they do in a lot of the Southeast Asian countries is they will actually parade you out in front of reporters and things like that. And while they're reading the charges and everything, he was all bulked up, all muscled up and everything. He's lost a lot of that since he's been in jail there in the Philippines. But he's another one. I mean, he walked up to a woman and he's like, hey, I'm trying to talk to her. And she's like, sorry, I don't want to talk to you. She's trying to walk away from me. He goes, I'm going to hold you up. I'm going to take your stuff. I'm going to take your money. Scares the daylights out of her. And then he's like, oh, I was just playing. No, this isn't playing. You're literally putting people's lives, making them feel their lives are in danger. And that's what's sad about it. Let's see. Lisa Robinson, over 90-degree heat. We got rain today. We were in the 70s. The temperatures here have been just amazing. No air conditioning. It's like 72 degrees outside right now. It's been dropping into the 60s at night. We've had a couple of nights where it's even dropped into the 50s. It's been great. Depends on the type of rose. Mine have been blooming a lot. Yeah, I've got just the regular red roses in my yard, and they've been literally they started off as sticks at the beginning of the year, and they're nice full bushes now. I watch Max Velocity. He's nice with weather. Yep, really good. Doesn't he look like a caricature though? I mean, I'm watching him and I'm like, this guy looks like somebody out of a cartoon. Fortunately, at my job, we have in-house meteorologists. Well, you know, it's just the way of the world. The thing is, Holly, is that like with our company that we went through this big shakeup where they used to do everything in house and they've changed it up and now they contract everything out. They're slowly starting to get back to bringing back in-house for everything, but it just got crazy. They're consolidating everything under different offices, different designations. We got one guy at our facility. Yeah, talk about that in a moment, Mona. But we got one guy in our facility who used to have a 10-person IT unit within our facility, and he's not even allowed to do anything like that. They've changed his job over to doing something else, and you have to do it all through the headquarters, which is about an hour and a half away from our facility. Everything's either done online, on phone, or you have to take the product to them. It's mind-boggling. Let's see here. You see it under my eyes. Yeah, you can see the bags in there pretty good. It's just when your allergies are running hard, it gets hard to sleep. Let's see, definite early fall here, leaves changing, allergies, all that. Yeah, it's just been a weird one. It's very different. Let's see, I found at least 5 different species of mushroom I've never seen before here. Had to pull out a book to find them. Folks, I don't know what your beliefs are, but I mean, we got some crazy stuff that's going on, and there's been some unique things. Let's see, Buttercup. Yeah, allergies bad now. Just did my hit. And cold compresses on my eyes. Yeah, I didn't have time to put my foundation on and put my base on and blend it. No. I'm one of those old school old man. Just roll with it. Vitelli did a fake kaboom threat in Florida, I believe, a few years ago. Yeah, he's done a lot of stupid stuff. Let's see. Same here. Rain all day yesterday as well. It was great. I love the rain. You guys know I love the rain. You saw the video that I put up of our rain drum. That's something the wife had been wanting. And the sad thing is most of the rain drums are about this big. All right. And I'm like, there's no way I'm getting that for the wife for Mother's Day. I want her to have a rain drum that is going to be something that she can enjoy. And let's see here if they're going to let me add this too, because I want to show you how good this does. Let's see. Share screen. I don't need that. All right, there we go. So this was outside the make sure the volume's up. This was outside. We had a nice rain going. You can see Roscoe's tail right there, that little monster. And he's actually sleeping under the desk right now. But this is, this is just a light, it was a light rain, and I just wanted to see how it was. I mean, it's not something that is that actually showing. Let me see here. There we go. And the sad thing is you're not really hearing it as well on the video, but I mean, it's just an incredible thing. It sounds so nice. It's right outside the window there. You can hear it, and it's man, it's been great. Let's see, Gnomestead. I've been having a fire every night for 2 weeks. Wow. So let's see what else everybody's got to say here. The day I made it to my cabin was the first rain in 3 months. Utah is dry. Wow. That's the yeah, it's different everywhere. I mean, we've been having just our I can walk out right now and the back southeast corner of my yard. I'm literally going to leave footprints in the grass because the ground is so saturated. It's been dry here most of the summer. My husband has been sick, so I've neglected the flowers to take care of him, hoping for a long fall. Pumpkin spice rules. There you go. This is my favorite time of the year coming up. If most of you know, I absolutely Halloween's my favorite holiday of the year, and it's one of those things that it's just my time. I love the season. I love it's getting cooler, and it's got the rain coming all the time. Am I near water? I am about 15 miles from Lake Erie, and I live in Southeast Michigan. Southeast Michigan is pretty much, if you just cut it off at the bottom, we'd be an island. We're surrounded on three sides by Great Lakes, and it's well, there's more than that, but we touch all of the Great Lakes. And so yeah, we have high humidity here. It's been crazy. Mother Nature must be on acid. She also needs mine. Oh my gosh. No, I do my own makeup. Can't you tell? I mean, I am so good at fading that and the airbrushing. Yeah, yeah, that'll be the day. That raid drum was awesome. Looking to get one now. Make sure you get. I got the 12-inch rain drum. Amazing. Um, it's yeah. That's one of the things. I didn't want one of those little tiny ones. I didn't think they'd make enough sound. And it's just one of those things. Oh, I hear you. Let's see who just put that up there. Now I've lost it. There we go. Pippi Longstocking. We've had so much rain, the weeds. You're telling me. My yard, and like I said, we get our yard. They come out and they spray. We use a company that tries to use as much natural products as possible for the yard. A couple of reasons for that is number one, we want to stay away from all these nasty chemicals. But number two, I don't want Roscoe running out and getting his paws burned from chemicals. So it's one of those things where we try to use as much natural stuff as possible, but that's not working. The weeds are horrible. Northern New Jersey is absolutely nuts. Saw someone putting his lights up. Oh, you got to be kidding me! You got to be kidding me! Already putting the Xmas lights up. Come on now. I'm not saying it because we're not close enough to start talking about that time of the season. Love fall and the whole Halloween vibe. Me too. Plus, I love the haunted houses. I love going to those. I mean, when I was doing consultation artwork and actually making props for haunted houses, there were years where I'd hit as many as 50 haunted houses in a year, and that's because we were getting into all of them for free. Let's see. Mom needs a beach house. That's pretty cool. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So you got any more questions, any more comments, folks? Put them on in there. Let's see. All right, make sure we're good to go with everything. So those are a lot of things that are going on. We've, like I said, it's a follow up from last week. I'm working a lot. I'm absolutely happy. I love my job. I think it's just amazing. Uh, I work with great people. I work with some very talented people. We're seeing some things that I get to see things that you just don't get to see. And it's really nice. Let's see, Pippi Longstocking. I like real haunted houses. I have been on those ghost tours and things like that. Not a believer in ghosts. Sorry, it's just not my thing. And I went to, I went on several of those ghost tour things to St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in the United States. We went there, went on one of those big ghost tour things, and nothing. So I don't know. My family and I volunteer for our local haunted depot every year. It's so fun. Yeah, that's what got me started, was as a teenager volunteering at the local haunted houses and things like that. And then started learning how to make the props, how to make the masks, things like, all those different things. Plus I do the artwork and a lot of different things with them. That's how I started getting more and more and more into the haunted house. I've run a couple of my own. I've also run them for other people. But yeah, I love the haunted houses. Andrew B, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Let's see. Not kidding. He even turned them on. I'd rather he put up the Halloween lights up. I saw that one of the neighbors I have right down the road from here has one of those curtains of lights, and it's programmable for whatever season it is. Valentine's Day, he had hearts and stuff, and they're all LEDs, so they're animated and stuff like that. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that daggone dog is sawing down a tree, snoring so hard. But that's something I'd like to get my hands on, is one of those LED light curtains, so we can use that. Let's see. I'm glad to see you're happy. Thank you. The unstressful look on your face is fantastic. And I mean, let's face it, I'm walking anywhere from 5 to 10 miles a day on my job. And the weight loss, I'm down, I think 65 pounds from when I started. My eating habits, I found that the more that I'm walking, the more that I'm motivated, the more that I'm doing, the less I'm not wanting to eat. I'm not having the draws to, the cravings for food or sugar or anything like that. I don't, the soda that I drink, literally, I'm going to cover their name. You can tell what it is anyway, but it's zero sugar. Gotten away from all the sugar drinks, things like that. Nowadays, it's all more towards the health. You okay, son? More towards the healthier stuff. I feel great. My energy levels are higher. Definitely not feeling the pressure on my joints, like my hips, knees, and ankles. So everything, it just feels better. I'm just an old man now, and I don't move like I used to. Let's see. My nephew helps a friend run a haunted house in Dayton. Awesome. Which one? And put the link up there for us. Let's see. Yep, got to that one. Super stormy day. Good to see you too. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I start the lights a few weeks before Halloween. It can snow here by then. Holly, where are you at? But I do a lot, but I don't do it in the cold. Come to the haunted schoolhouse this year. That'd be awesome. Like I said, the things that I'm wanting to do with the channel is I've got some projects I'm working on. There's going to be a lot more DIY. We've got things going. I've got a desktop CNC machine. Of course, we have the CNC laser. Have an actual foundry kit where I can melt aluminum, brass, copper, all those. So going to be doing some videos on how to do your actual own metal casting. We're going to start off with videos on pewter, but one of the things I'm also doing is I want to, the new series I'm going to do called the iFly series. The very first one, of course, is going to be I fly to Orlando for butterbeer, meaning I'm going to fly down to Orlando, go to the Universal Studios Harry Potter section there for a butterbeer. But it's all going to be about the journey. The actual item that I'm going there for is going to probably be the least important thing in the video. The rest of it's going to be about the journey and the destination. and what we're doing with that. There'll be things like I want to do a trip to Japan, possibly up to 2 weeks, and hopefully take my daughter with me. She's a huge fan of Japan as well, and it'll be I fly to Tokyo for ramen, then I fly to Osaka for takoyaki, or I fly to Hokkaido for a beer. And what we'll do is we'll fly into Tokyo, be, document that journey, release that, and then fly from Tokyo to, maybe not fly, maybe jump on the bullet train and ride the bullet train there, stop off at Mount Fuji, those kinds of things. That's what I'm looking to do. A lot of, not educational, but hey, think about this, think about doing that, those kinds of things. Let's see. McCamey Manor. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look. Haunted house in Lawrence, Tennessee. Wow. Let's see here. McCamey Manor is American torturer haunted house attraction, which survival horror style. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty cool. That would be something I would like to do as well, is do a Halloween edition where I fly to and go visit the haunted house there. I fly, that's the basis of it, is I'm traveling somewhere. So yeah, I mean, if someone could put my email address into the comments there, then send me suggestions where you'd like me to see. Let's see. I agree. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate what. Oh, okay. I see how you're gonna be, Mona. Um, never been a sorry, Mischief. Never been a fan of donuts. You all know that. Let's see. Do look thinner. Yeah. And here's the thing: since I've started drinking the zero sugar colas, the other colas don't. The other drinks just don't taste right to me. It's wild how, I used to love Mountain Dew back in the day, but the thing is that now Mountain Dew just tastes sickly to me. Let's see. I dropped over 40 pounds, stopped drinking all sugar, and drink only water. Well, I'm not to that point yet. As you know, got to have my coffee. Love my Japanese coffee in the can. Let's see. I ain't afraid to go no goes. Yeah. Let's see. Lost 100 pounds after my heart attack. Wow. Back in November, back up 20 as of yesterday, but feeling better. Yeah, isn't it amazing how good you feel when you drop those pounds? It's great. The trick to cravings is that you have to take care of them when they just start. If you wait on it, then you eat way too much. Well, that's the problem, is that I was always craving sugars and stuff like that, and it didn't matter. I was always wanting it. And I found, as I said, as I am healthier, I'm feeling healthier, I have more energy, more motivation. Um, I don't have the cravings. I got my kitchen equipment, and I'll be baking and cooking a lot more. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Ozzy 53. Hello, everyone from Queensland. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Ghost Goat. Geez, I thought you would have bought the subscription version of StreamYard by now. As I was saying, when I started this, they want $90 a month for that, and I'm not paying them that. I think it's ridiculous. But I think it was Fat Grammys said they had some kind of special. I have to take a look at it. Work for Myers, so I'm in Michigan often, starting to explore your beautiful state more and more. Oh, email me. I've got great places you can go here. Let's see. And take a mod with you. There you go. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Sounds exciting. Can't wait to see these videos. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the time. That's one of the craziest things. Share the stream, folks. Hit the like button as well. Yeah, please. Hitting the like button, and after the video is over, I'm going to leave the comments on this time. We're going to see how it goes, because we had a lot of people playing stupid games. But if you leave a comment in there, it helps to push it out there more and more. Let's see. McCamey ain't haunted. To the guy is a sicko. He just wow. Okay, yeah. See, that's weird. There was a haunted house here in Michigan that it was a JC's haunted house, and they're pretty much something to do with high school kids and getting scholarships, things like that for high school kids. And they do a lot of fundraisers, and a lot of them do haunted houses. And so here it is. You had they were having a kind of slow season. So the next year they came out. What they did was they took the plastic skeletons, made them look like they were burnt torsos, put wings on them, and they looked like angels, and they had them on spikes. So it looked like they had been, rammed down on these spikes and all that. Got international coverage. They made millions. Let's see, could do the haunted Mansfield Reformatory tour. Did it a few years ago. Creepy. Here in Michigan, we have some amazing ones. We have the Erebus Haunted House in Pontiac. It is a 3-story. It's an old warehouse, and literally it's hours and hours and hours of people just waiting to get in. You'll get there and they'll literally be lined up all the way around a city block waiting to get into this place. They'll be 3 and 4 deep trying to do that. It is crazy. But we got that. We've got Eloise, which is a former psychiatric hospital that was here, was very famous. There was a lot of debauchery went on in there. It closed down. It sat vacant for years. They've turned that into a haunted attraction. We've got the Hush haunted attraction, which is real close to us. There's a lot of them around here. There's one called Slaughtered at Sundown, which is a big hayride haunted attraction. One of the best hayride haunted attractions I've ever been to. If you've never seen them before, literally you get into these wagons that are filled with hay, hence hayride, and they're pulled by a tractor, and you go back and they have all these different scenes throughout this wooded area. It's just, they're if you ever get a chance, they're pretty cool. Let's see. I'm off my diabetes meds. Sugar levels are good. Diet change took care of it. Yeah. That's one of the things that really worries me about, like with diabetes and things like that, is people get so dependent on, I hear stories about people becoming dependent on the medicines and can't regulate themselves. See, allergies. Special game night for the holiday season. Yeah. Send me some ideas on what you'd like to see. Even make sugar-free ice cream. The problem I have with that is that just seems like a sin. I'm sorry, but it does. That's one of the few things that has sugar in it that I actually do. Very similar to StreamYard, and starts at 19 now, and that's what StreamYard was. So when I saw the thing, they'd gone up to $89 a month. I'm like, you're out of your mind. Susie, how you doing? Thank you for being back. Let's see here. What else we got? See, that's the thing is that I think a lot of these sugar substitutes, I think they're just so sweet. I can't deal with them. So that's one problem I have. Let's see. My mom was allergic to Splenda and other artificial sweeteners. Plus, there's a lot of controversy as to whether or not they're actually healthy for you. Cousin of mine, her husband is a type 1 diabetic from birth, if you don't know what that is. And he was drinking, the sugar-free sodas and stuff like that. His doctor, who is a specialist in diabetes, said, I would rather you just drink the regular stuff with the sugar in it, because it's going to do less harm to your body than the sugar-free, the artificial sweeteners will. Jordan skinny syrups are Splenda and great flavors. That would be interesting. That's one of the things I've had a real issue with, is syrup. Trying to find a syrup that actually tastes like syrup, because they just taste like chemical to me. So yeah. Splenda is sugar without the bad stuff. I have no idea what it is. I'm just talking about artificial sweeteners. I have no idea what it is. Zero sugar cola is artificial. I know. But it's, and that's why it's changed my taste buds towards actual sodas is from the fact that I've been using that. And my doctor made a comment about that as well. But the fact is that I would rather my A1C isn't through the roof for drinking the regular sugar sodas. Um, I don't think anything artificial is really good for us. Well, look what happened with that. They came out with that Impossible Meat. Burger King had the Impossible Whopper. White Castle had the Impossible Slider. And the thing is that everybody jumped on the bandwagon with that stuff. And then what happens? Then they're saying it's bad for you. Here's another one. I hear this from a lot of people. Those sweeteners trigger migraines. I've never had it. I mean, I think you actually got to have a brain up here to actually have that. Let's see. You're not actually trying to replace real maple syrup, are you? Well, I mean, if you got to do it without the sugar, that's the big thing. And maple syrup is, yeah. Let's see. Montos McMahon, how you doing? Glad to see you. Hello from Bundaberg, Queensland, Australia. Welcome. Let's see. Impossible Meat. OMG gross. I got to tell you, I tried it with the Impossible Whopper and I was like, I can't believe this isn't an actual Whopper. It was something crazy. Gave up finding syrup. Real maple you use a lot less and it's real. And come on, just the flavor of real maple syrup. Come on. I'll take an 8-hour trip to Vermont to go get good syrup. There you go. I just go across the border over into Canada. Hey, Doggy, how you doing? Can't say I'm modding a big interview. Hey, thank you for jumping in. We appreciate you, Doug. It's all about moderation, but I mean, one of those that you get me some good maple syrup, I'm going to start chugging that like a beer. Is there a sugar-free syrup made by? There is a sugar-free syrup made by Carrie. Very good. I'll have to take a look at that. My two biggest loves. Well, let's see, three biggest loves: maple syrup, brownies, and pecan pie. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love pecan pie. My wife makes me custard pies they're very low in sugar and they're awesome. It's just, I just have to have it in moderation. Let's see. Monsi. Okay. I didn't want to butcher your name up, but I did it anyway. But thank you for making that clear. That's why the maple leaf is on our flag. There you go. Birch syrup. I don't know what birch syrup is. You gotta come on now, Gnomestead. Give us some more information on that. Let's see. Let me see. Mona, let me know when you're going. It's about a 2-hour drive. Wow. Let's see. I'll have to make you my pecan pie. Very low in sugar. Very good. Yeah, as long as it is, I like that, like whatever they call that, the underneath the pecans, that where it's almost like a gel. Oh my gosh, that flavor is just amazing. I love that so much. Birch beer. Wow. That'd be interesting. Well, I'm not a beer drinker. I don't drink, period. Oh my gosh, look who's here. Moose on the Loose is in here. Good to see you. So, that's a lot of things that are going on. The kids came back, and one of the things we wanted to do was when the kids moved out, we've got a nearly 3,000 square foot house, and it gets big quick when it's just mama and me. And the kids were out there, they were paying ridiculous amounts of money in rent. And so one of the things we talked to them about is come back. We're going to cut you down to where you're paying like $300 a month just to help with anything around here. But the big part about it is that they be able to, any kind of debt or anything they've got, take that money and start paying things off. One of the downsides, which I am so happy to have my babies back in the house, one of the downsides to it, my garage has become a storage facility. It's like, one of those places that you pay to go store stuff at. Well, that's got to stop because I got to get my garage back. I'm trying to do work out there. I've been doing a lot of work with the laser and different things like that. But that's been one of the big issues for me, is that my garage is my shop. So it needs to get back to where it was. Also, if one of the things I'm going to be working on is I'm going to be showing how you can cast pewter, your own pewter, like whether it be coins, whether it be pendants, things like that. I'm going to show you how you can do that, how pewter actually, you can cast molten pewter on wood, but pewter melts at such a low heat. It's like the high 400s, almost 500. It won't set the wood on fire. It will scorch the wood, but you can still use the same mold multiple times. And so that's one of the things I'm going to be showing you. A lot of different things coming up with the DIY. We tap birch trees like maples. Takes twice as much sap to make syrup, but it's very good. I'm down for it. I would be really interested in trying that. It's the sap of the birch tree processed like maple syrup. I watched some videos how they make maple syrup, and I'm like, yeah, whoever came up with that, y'all got it had to be in a time when there was no television, no social media, none of that stuff, and you're out in the middle of the woods doing the whole off-grid life, because the amount of time and effort it takes to make maple syrup, wow. But when you're charging $17 for a bottle this big of maple syrup, it's certainly a good cash maker. Dougie, thank you for being here. We appreciate you, love you, thank you so much. Birch sap water is very healing to drink in spring. I did not know that. You'd figure, being here in Michigan with all the Yoopers that we got that are, down, that I talk to all the time. And it's been, you think you'd hear from some of them if that's going on. We have an old camper, Tommy, that we've been using it as a storage and all that. It's one of those old timey. It's like a 1960s camper, and it's a short one. It's only like 15, 20 foot long. So it's tiny. We'd originally bought it when we had the barbecue catering company. We were going to make one of those food trucks for the kids out of it, because they were going to do like the bomb pops and things like that. We were actually going to call it the Bomb Squad, and I was going to make it so when they set up, they fold out these pieces and it looks like a like Little Man or Fat Boy from World War II. And they were going to do that. Then, the pandemonium hit and everything. It was like, all right, we're done with all that crap. We've been using it as a storage place. I'm getting ready. I'm going to cut the front face off of it and frame it in. And that's going to be where I park my zero turn and the push mower and things like that. And all of our gardening tools and stuff, they're all going to set in there. This thing's made of aluminum, and it'll just be a great spot to handle all that. I'm going to take the tires off, set it right down on the ground, make ramps so I can get the zero turn up in there and everything. But it'll be just a nice spot to keep the weather off of our gardening equipment and all that stuff. So, but yeah, we have a storage shed. It's 15 years old, and the life's run out of it. Let's see, get pewter cheap at thrift stores. Absolutely. That's another thing I'm going to be doing, as I'm going to be showing how you can get a lot of the supplies for what you're doing really cheap. Copper, brass. You wouldn't believe, on garbage night, you go around, how many people literally throw out 2 and 3 foot of copper pipe. You could take that, melt that down, and use it in copper casting. Same with brass. So, that's those are things I'm going to be showing you. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to, put a ton of money into this. But, pewter, you don't even have to have a melting device. You can literally take a torch and a cast iron skillet, melt the pewter down in there, and use that. But those are things I'm going to be bringing up in some of the videos. 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. I don't have the patience. Let's see. Native Americans taught us how to make syrup. Yeah, they knew. Look who's here. Ben Bacon Bits is up in house. What's up, Ben? Let's see. 80 to 100 for birch. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see. I love pewter. Can't wait for that vid. Carrie, not only am I going to be doing like the edited videos for that, I'm actually going to do live streams of casting with pewter, just so that y'all can see. It's one thing that you see these folks doing it on these videos, and you're like, oh wow, I can do that. And then next thing you know, you're trying it. And you're like, why ain't this working? Well, we found some crazy things like kinetic sand. They call it moon sand or whatever. That stuff it's crazy. But you can use that, and you can use that for your casting medium. And we've been playing with it, and there's been a lot of fun with it. I'm building a 16 by 24 arch building covered in canvas for a shop, all scraps free cycled. There you go. And that's one of the big things that I like doing is I like going out, especially like I was saying on trash nights and seeing what's out there. All the other scrappers, they're looking for the metals and things like that. I'm looking for specific metals. I want the cords off of things because the cords are made of copper for the most part. So I'm looking for the plug-in cords and things like that so I can get them. I've got an actual wire stripper, which is another video I'm going to show you guys how you can actually strip wire from the smallest little crazy little pieces to coax all the way up to the Romex stuff. That stuff I really enjoy doing. Let's see. Geez, can't leave copper brass out here. It'll be stolen. Yeah. Let me tell you something. When we moved from River Rouge to where we're at now, I worked for the city of River Rouge as a police officer for 25 years. When we bought this house out here, one of the things that happened was our house was sitting while it was up for sale. And we came back one day, someone had stolen our AC unit off the back of the house. Literally went in, cut the lines, and stole our AC unit. It's stupid. What does all this have to do with making tie-dye? It doesn't, Dusty. It doesn't. I think you tie-dyed your brain, son. Everybody say howdy to Dusty. Dusty's one of our great friends, great fans of the channel. He's a brother. We love Dusty. Really good people. Let's see. I make my own water glass for fireproofing sand and my rocket stoves. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, Chris, now you show up. Yeah, involved with the movie. That's all right. Thank you for being here. Chris is another great supporter of the channel, OG part of it. We have tweakers stealing grounding grid out of our substations where I work. A few get cooked doing. I'm telling you, there are more. It's everywhere. They had they had the problem in Detroit where they were literally going up to the street lights, and they were taking the bases off the street lights and cutting the wires. Those are huge electricity, and they were literally cooking themselves doing that. I got a video how to make water glass. Very easy yet dangerous, but fun. You know me, I'm never shy on when it comes to dangerous stuff. That's all right, Mayor. Thank you for being here. Scooter, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. You watch Sister Act. Oh my goodness. We're bringing out. Why didn't you watch Smoking a Bandit? Why didn't you watch Predator? You watch Sister Act. Let's see. Scooter is Dusty's hero. So, all right, folks, anything else you want to know? You want to talk about? Put it up there in the chat, in the comment section there. Let me know. Thing is, we got a lot of stuff, and Ben Bacon Bits has become a new member of the channel. Thank you. So got a lot of that going on. Oh yeah. No, okay, yeah, okay. I'll give you that, Laura. I'll give you that. I'm a Wiccan. I love John Wick. That's one of my favorites. Let's see. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's see. Okay, time to go pick some mushrooms. Free food can't pass on it. I can't wait till morels come in here in Michigan. Morels are some crazy mushrooms we got in a lot of your northern states. They're really good. Someone stole the pipes from a school during the summer. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it's getting. And what gets me is some of these folks I see out there, they're spending 10 to 12 hours a day scrapping. And like the company that I work for, they have openings, and folks can make legitimate careers. They can make real good money and have a pension and benefits and work 8 hours a day. And some folks just, oh, you're not tying me down with a job. Well, you're tied down driving around in that beat up old pickup truck that's literally falling apart. And next thing you know, you're spending 10 to 12 hours a day just going around scrapping. Look, I work and I still scrap. All right. The wife hates it, drives her nuts, but I scrap. You know, if I'm out and I see a piece of aluminum sitting out there, I'm grabbing it. Satellite dishes, big time. So let's see. Yellowfoot, Chanterelle, second for me. No morels. I'm telling you, you get the morels. They're amazing. Yeah, that's just amazing me. Some people spend more work just trying not to work than actually working. That's one of the points I was getting to there, Ben, is that some people will put more time and effort into not working than they would if they just had a job and they'd make more money and have better benefits. It's but you know, to each their own. Doing a video comparing dehydrated versus freeze-dried mushrooms. I want a freeze dryer, but my gosh, are they expensive. The wife and I have been talking about it because there's a lot of things we would like to be able to freeze dry. Got, you know, a lot of things coming up as well. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing some videos on, you know, making your own sausage, summer sausage, all different kinds, brats, you know, how easy it actually is. And, you know, it's just a matter of patience and picking out the flavors that you like. We have our own. I make a chicken, potato, spinach, garlic sausage that when I make it, it's gone in seconds. And all you hear is everybody like that. And it's so simple to make, but you know, it's patience. Subdivisions being built, get all the copper stolen. Yeah, that's another one. That's why here in Michigan, what they've done is they've gone away from copper to they're doing that, what is it called? Plex or whatever, the plastic water lines, because people don't steal them. Morels come up here in May in Fireburn. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see, Mayor. My grandson and I are fans, so I took him to his first concert. Wow. What concert was that, Mayor? Yeah, there's folks who spend so much time on YouTube, you wouldn't know any, would you? There you go. You have well, I got a dehydrator. I've got one of those, but what I want is I want the actual freeze dryer. That's what I want. Let's see here. Yeah, I love doing the sausage and stuff like it. It's just one of the big problems is the family they get worn out. Um, yeah, stupid money. You know, a person that has a freezer, that's awesome. Yeah, that's big stuff. Let's see here. An air fryer, toaster, oven, set dehydrate fruit and herbs. Yeah, I've got an actual, like I said, I've got an actual dehydrator that we use. You know, we make like jerky, stuff like that in it. I also, I know I do the smoking. So, you know, some of the stuff like I like getting into the cold smokes. That's where your summer sausages, things like that. And I'm just, those are things, you know me, I love sharing the knowledge. I love seeing people be able to do stuff on their own. One of the biggest complaints I have about the modern age with all the technology and everything is people are moving away from the ability to take care of themselves. If there's some big calamity that happens, how many people are going to lock themselves in their condo and they're going to end up unaliving because they don't know how to do anything for themselves? I mean, there's things, go to the river, get buckets of water, make your own still, things like that, how to filter water, how to take care of all these different things. So many people don't know how to do a lot of stuff. And that's one of the things I really like sharing. Really cool new mushroom t-shirt design out of mushrooms. I love to find. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. The whole MILF thing, we'll see how that goes. That's a great double entendre. Freeze dryer is next on my equipment list after a hydroponic farm. You can build your own hydroponic farm. I mean, just look at the videos on YouTube where they're using the PVC piping with the little things that come off of them, and they're using liquid going through them and all that. It's crazy. A lot of survival food is chemical soup too. Yeah, but a lot of it nowadays is freeze-dried elements that get reconstituted with boiling water. and that's what's good. Fixing is better than throwing away. Absolutely. My son and son-in-law are electricians. Both have had their vans broken into. Anything copper just disappears. So, oh yeah, I can't wait to share some of that stuff. I flash freeze herbs, ginger, and garlic. That's something else. The flash freezing, I don't know much about it. I'd like to. We got a crazy little thing. The wife, we're always fighting with the kids for ice. So I bought a countertop ice maker, and I just can't believe that little thing. I forget who it's made by, but that little thing pumps out ice all day long. All you got to do is keep making sure there's water in it, and it will just keep pumping out ice cubes all day. And it is so nice to have. Glad my mom taught me how to do. Yeah, that's how to can everything. That's another thing I've got some friends that do canning, and so I want to do a video on how you do canning and how you can, you can preserve food for long times. There's all different kinds of things that I want to share with everybody. Freeze drying is awesome. Yeah, I really want to try. I live on a second floor apartment. I can get a small indoor one, but it's over $100. Oh wow. Yeah, there's different ways you can make your own dehydrators, things like that. I just, $50. I've got a built high dehydrator. That's why I just went ahead and bought one. My dream is a giant geodesic dome greenhouse with aquatic setup. That'd be pretty cool. Where you're using like a pond in the center that is feeding your plants, and the fish are creating the waste, which feeds the plants, and then running the water through the plants filters the water back so the fish stay healthy and alive, and it's like this ongoing ecosystem. Let's see, probably made by Orgo. I have one of those too. No, it's well, let me take a look on Amazon. I know I had it in my Amazon. Let's see, orders. Let's see here. But I got it for the wife for Mother's Day, and it has been it's one of those things that it's so good, it's almost evil. Let's see here. You can tell I've stepped up with the how the money's going with the new job and everything, with all the stuff I've been buying. I don't have it in this one. Let me see. I'll take a look on the thing there. Countertop, if I could spell. There we go. And it's a national brand. Let me find it in here. It's one of those brands that everybody knows, and I got to tell you, it's been just a great one for us. The company I think it's an Igloo is what it is, and it is just one of those that we have loved. It has been an awesome machine for us. It works real good. It wasn't expensive. I think it was like $150 for it, and it works like a beast, and you have ice cubes in no time at all. I'm not even seeing. There we go. Nope, that's a different company. So, and it's neat. It looks like an old retro type of machine. It's got the old like 1950s painted blue. It's that electric blue kind of look. But it's been great for us. We've loved it. It's been one of those things that has actually been very well. It's well made. It works real good. We have no issues with it whatsoever. We don't have to fight the kids for the ice. We love that. Let's see here. What do we got here? Ben Bicabits doesn't take a blank shot to just be disruption in transportation. And that's it. Yeah. Anything that disrupts day-to-day life, people just about lose it. Canning is easy. Yeah, it's a lot easier than a lot of people think, and especially if, like, I've got pressure cookers, so that helps out quite a bit. Canned fruits and vegetables, but I won't eat canned meat. I'm too nervous. I won't do it properly. There are stuff like Amish recipes for stuff where meat they keep it for years and it's still good. Father Ben's doing good. He's been wanting to get back on the channel. We'll just see how it goes. If it wasn't for knowing food storage and wild harvest, I'd be unalive by now. I love to teach. Poor is no reason not to eat well. Absolutely. Especially if you're in, well, being in Alaska, here in Michigan, where you can, you may not be into it, but hunting is one of those things where you become very, very self-sufficient. And when you're getting this clean, lean meats as compared to the store-bought stuff, one of the things we like doing is a guy I know down the road, he raises cattle and pigs that he sells off every year. You can go over there anytime you want, see what they're eating. The cattle's eating is all grass fed. There's no medications, there's no growth hormones, there's no antibiotics, any of that stuff. Just clean. The flavor difference is astounding. And then when they send them off and they get to the slaughterhouse, they hang them for 10 days, get every drop of blood out, takes any kind of gaminess out, stuff like that. When I prep a deer for someone, I want to hang it for a minimum 3 days. I would prefer up to 10 days, but the fact is that, some people just don't want to wait that long. But the thing is that when you get that blood out, it takes a lot of the problems out of it. And it's, fresh, clean meat. Oh my gosh, amazing. I make pasta and broth. It's awesome. There you go. Love my ice maker. I'm telling you, I never thought I'd fall in love with a countertop ice maker. Father Ben fell off the wagon. He's in a field somewhere talking to mice. No, he's just chilling. He's working within the church, studying. 200 jars right now. Not all full, but jars are a lifelong investment. Yeah, mason jars. My goodness, all kinds of meals ready to eat. Yeah, and that's another thing. Plus, that's one of the things I like. You see all of these food survival companies where we're going to send you out this bag of potato soup and you can leave it in this bag for 25 years. It's good to go. Well, what's the deal with it? It's freeze dried. You just add water to it and cook it up. So there's a lot to those. And you just want to make sure when you're making like survival meals and things like that, you're adding in the things that you need. You need proteins, you need minerals, you need your different vitamins, things like that. You don't have to put the chemicals in. You can use food, different types of vegetables, all different kinds of things that are going to put those elements into the food. Meat is simple. I have moose 4 years old in a jar. Had one last week, perfectly good, just like the day I canned it. We'll have to get together, Gnomestead. Talk about how you can meat. Old timers don't even pressure can meat. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff, especially with the Amish, how they do those things. Aging or hanging gets the enzymes breaking down the meat. Melt in your mouth. Green meat will give you give you the fan zone there. No moisture lasts forever. That's one of the big things about it. Like if you're going to make jerkies, things like that, one of the things you're doing is you want to get every speck of fat out of it. And because that fat is what actually ferments and goes bad and spreads throughout the meat. So you want to make sure you're getting not only a lean meat to make like your jerkies and things like that, but you get every speck of fat out of it that you can. And that's how you get the meat that actually can preserve for a long time. One of the things I like doing is we'll make the jerky and I'll put it into the smoker and I'm going to slow smoke it. And then I'm going to, once it's cold smoked for long enough time, then I'm going to put it on to more of a traditional type of smoking, which gives it that encasing kind of stuff. And it's just the way I do it. I like it, but it's not for everybody. You have your own ways that you want to do it. But the biggest thing is get out there and start trying these things for yourself, because if you don't try, how are you ever going to get to the level where you can be self-sufficient if something happens? I mean, I can trap, I can do what I need. Ben, have you ever seen that episode of Futurama, the jerky, which that's pretty funny stuff where Fry eats the professor's last what was it? It was an actual alien mummy in a sarcophagus, and it was actually, what do you call it? It was jerky. So, but yeah, folks, there's a lot of things that are going on. I'm going to have more topics for you all next week. Hopefully, we're going to have some updates on the Johnny Somali stuff. Hopefully, things are evening out there. And in Thailand, let's see, my aunt and uncle live in Maine, make the best moose stuff. You know what? I've had it. I want to try some more. No, it's weird, but my favorite animal, the best food I ever ate. Yeah, a lot of people swear by moose. It's crazy. Mistakes, so you don't have to, is my goal. That's the thing is we find out through our mistakes. Rasco, man, that dog is out. Come on, Rasco. Want to go out? He's still sawing logs. He's not getting up. He's like, fat boy, I ain't doing that. Yeah, you don't have to worry about me giving Roscoe hugs. I mean, literally, as soon as I get in bed, it's awesome, especially in the cold. He gets up, he gets under the blankets, goes down, turns around, comes up, and puts his back against my back. And he is my own little non-electric heater. He is awesome. Much richer than elk. Elk's good stuff too. Partial to buffalo. So it's I like all kinds of wild game. You know me, snake, gator. I like it. I like it all. I want to try green iguana. I want to see how that is with all of them down there in Florida being the invasive species. So I'd like to try that, see how that is. But I'm also hillbilly, so roadkills ain't off the menu either. Yeah, Dusty, somebody can put a link to Dusty's channel in there. Friday nights, he's out at Flag with Farrell Sherrill and some other folks where they're out there protesting Scientology at the Flag and the what's going on in Clearwater. It's very good for cholesterol problems, at least for some of my family members. That's interesting. I just think that the more we get back to natural ingredients, natural food process stuff, it's bad enough everybody's got daggone microplastics in their DNA now, but just trying to do what we can to keep ourselves healthier is the big thing. Let's see, duck. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Depends on the duck. I mean, if you're talking the ducks that actually eat fish, they have a fishy taste to them. It's all in the type of duck that you're using. One of the things we're going to have is we're going to have our own chicken coop. We're going to have our own chickens. We're not going to have a rooster because number one, I ain't putting up with that sound of them daggone roosters, but also the eggs are non-fertilized. So that's a really good, they're really good. Fresh eggs. We don't have to worry about, we're going to be feeding them the foods that we want in them. And the thing is that when you've got, you're providing the meals for these chickens, that's the stuff that's coming out in the eggs, and it's healthier. It's got a better flavor to it. And, if you didn't know, you don't have to refrigerate them. You just don't wash the protective skin off the eggs. They have a protective membrane that goes around them. You don't wash it off. You don't have to worry about, the salmonella, those kinds of things. So, all right, folks, thank you all for joining me tonight. We've been going at it about an hour and a half now. Let's see, get fresh eggs from my neighbors. Yeah, that's one of the things we're going to be doing. We're going to be using white leghorns. I think we're going to go with those for our first because they're a hardy chicken that handles the cold here. Nomestead, one of my problems with bear is the unless you're cooking it unless you're cooking it really, really good, turning it into an actual fire brick, they tend to have these little, I don't know what you call them, little insects in them that have there's a as they get you sick as a dog. Beaver does that. There's a lot of them that have that issue with them. So before we get going here, folks, let me put this out here. This is a link to our buddy Dave from Gotta Love Thailand. Remember, Dave lives in the area where they're having all of that conflict with Cambodia. Let's see, Brahmas for chickens. Don't have to worry about hawks here. Well, we got a problem. We got not only hawks, we got bald eagles, all those things. In Alaska, yeah, you're going to have ninja chickens up there because you got everything up there. There you go. I'm not even trying to pronounce that, but that's one of the things is they have them little creepies in them and they'll get you sick. So thank you folks for joining me. And it's been another good night. We'll have some more stuff for you. And so I think that we're doing pretty good with this. We're going to start doing making this a weekly thing every Wednesday night. I'm not going to be going back to full time 7 days a week, just simply because it's just with my job and everything, just how it has to be. Plus, it gives us more time to have content for when we're doing the live streams. As always, thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, life is short. You get one shot. Make it count.